Act 1, Noriko Kurosawa. Oh, okay, do we? Sick. I know, right? 3 weeks earlier. Monday, May 25th. I always like the shape of my eyes. I can be critical about other parts of my body, but I'll never complain about my eyes. With or without makeup, I think they look great. Mother used to tell me I inherited her eyes, and my big sister inherited Father's eyes. To be honest, I don't see any of Father's features in myself or my sister, but I do agree that my eyes are exact replicas of Mother's. Hey, what do you mean? This is Kurosawa's a bee! Don't be distracted. She's a bee. She's the reason Emmy died. Mother doesn't seem too well anymore. That might be something I have to also worry about in the future. For now, my eyes are perfect. I couldn't be happier with them. And she's hot. Oh no, degenerate males. I wear eyeshadow and eyeliner to bring out my best features. Some people tell me I use too much makeup, but I tend to overdo it and make myself look intimidating. Well, I don't really care. I mostly like the way I look, and honestly, how many people can claim the same? That's very true. You gotta respect her for that. Today's morning ritual is the same as any other workday. I'm a slave to the wage. I'm not proud of it. Call me a corporate sellout, but I can't survive without money. My alarm goes off at 6:15 a.m. I was running by 6:05. I'm dry and dressed by 6:15. Dude, she showers fast! Like, wow. I know, too real. I skip breakfast because I'm watching my figure, and you should probably still eat. Spend until 6:30 a.m. working on my makeup. Out of my cramped shoebox apartment by 6:45. Sometimes I catch my neighbor returning home from his overnight shift, and if so, I exchange simple pleasantries with him and continue on my way. Today there's no sign of my neighbor, so I don't slow down as I descend the stairs and exit the building. Hitting the convenience store for a can of coffee saps another few minutes from each day. I prefer sweet milk coffees, but every now and then I'm in the mood for a rich black coffee. Regardless, I never start the day without it. I don't always need the energy boost, but it helps to stop my stomach growling. It's a milk coffee kind of day, so I pay for my favorite brand and get out of the store in no time. Canned coffee dives into my handbag as I continue on my way. The train station is always busy in the morning, and it's usually a struggle to navigate my way to the correct platform. In time for the 7:12 a.m. train. Today is no different. However, I always make it in time because my routine has been perfected over the last few months. I like the music. I board the train bound for Shinjuku. A cursory glance reveals there are no empty seats, so I push through the throng of bodies and stand against the carriage wall. Whenever there are seats available, I like to sit and read, but it's much more common to have to stand and stare at my phone screen like almost everyone else. When I do read, I read the classics. Stoker, Lovecraft, Poe, or Western genre at that. It's my favorite genre. It is also my favorite It's my favorite genre too! Kurosawa! Okay. And of course, faithful translations in the Japanese are as good as it gets. My English isn't nearly as strong enough to read these novels in their original language. I'm stuck staring at my phone screen. I like to stalk people online. Acquaintances or the few friends I have lead such boring lives. They post about the most mundane topics all day, every day, acting like they're shriveled up and die unless they get the attention they seek. I find their dull, tedious lives simply fascinating. From behind the safety of a glass veil, I can fulfill my voyeuristic fetishes and consume as much pointless information as I desire. Knowing every mundane tidbit of people's daily lives turns me on. Oh, this morning is the same as any other. I stare down at the phone held in my frail hand. Oh yeah, we're getting a little hee. My fingers move on their own accord, scrolling and tapping against the backlit display, pausing, pondering, pouncing on any post or picture that my pupils haven't yet consumed. Standing in the train carriage, packed to the gills with people, I can't help but feel my face getting flushed and my steamy breath escaping my lips. They just post after post, photo after photo, memorizing the comings and goings of every single person on my noise activity feed. I catch my breathing getting heavier, my gasp becoming short and sharp. Is he okay? Ray went to the dentist yesterday for a root canal. Mizuno shared some photos from her international vacation. Kawahara objects to owning pets and thinks all animals should be free. My cheeks glow crimson. My chest begins rising and falling quickly. I clutch the collar of my shirt, knuckles whitening, knees shaking. A few people in the carriage start to move away from me, but I barely notice them. My fingers keep scrolling and I hit the jackpot. New post from a coworker at my office. Tomoe Watanabe. She's a gal girl. The type with heavy fake tan, bleached blonde hair, and questionable clothes. I hate her, but I love her posts. This morning's update reads, Tomomo! Sorry. What's up, Ricky Lane? You bet this girl's a real protagonist? Maybe she is, cause like... Okay, we're gonna see, because Emmy did put her name into Corpse Girl, so we'll see, right? Yeah, Emmy just kinda got Kaede. Okay, let's get back into our gal. Just found this Corpse Girl website. Such fake bullshit. Waiting to meet a bitch to try it on. Tomoe just discovered Corpse Girl's website, huh? I feel a slight squeal trying to escape from my throat as my legs threaten to buckle underneath me. I can't take the excitement anymore and I have to force my phone from my hands. Dude, is she okay? Kurosawa! Deep breaths, Noriko, deep breaths. I need to calm down and control myself. Composure is key. Yeah, she's exactly. Holy shit. I close my eyes and let a cool breath of air whistle through my slightly parted lips. Feeling a little calmer and no longer ready to explode, I analyze the information I just read. Tomoe wants to try out Corpse Girl's website. That's good. That's very, very good. Rumor has it that you can visit the website and request the death of somebody you know. How and if the victim dies isn't known to the public. Because of that, some people are pretty quick to dismiss the site as a hoax. However, the most interesting part isn't how or if the victim dies, but rather, what happens to the victim before they die. What's up, Riz? How you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you all had a good weekend, a good Memorial weekend if you are a US friend. If not, I hope you had a good, just regular weekend. Supposedly, the victim will receive a photo of their own corpse. How this photo exists before the victim's life is snuffed out isn't public knowledge, but the thought of this phenomena occurring is utterly intriguing. Nevertheless, the site has been gaining popularity lately, at least in certain corners of the internet. Yeah, she's familiar with the internet. This is good information right here. She knew all about it, so maybe Emmy was right. Maybe Kurosawa did get to her with the Corpse Girl stuff, because she obviously knows Emmy's name, or Emmy's number. She's the one who sent her the message in the first place. Message boards like Noise Channel and other similar sites have picked up on the rumors and like to exaggerate the website's authenticity. The fact that someone like Tomoe, a rather dense, dim-witted individual, has discovered the website means that it's actually more well-known than I previously thought. It means that people are actually talking about it outside of the internet. Chances are good that Tomoe will want to try it out and request the death of someone in the office. A coworker. Or maybe Tomoe did it! Me, perhaps. She hates my guts as much as I hate hers. Finally, something exciting is going to happen in our dull workplace.
The next station is Shinjuku. The doors on the right side will open. Please change here for the Chuo line, the Shonan Shinjuku line, the Saikyo line.
Dude, Aaron, you missed Emmy dying. What are you doing, Aaron? Hold on, 2 seconds. I can breathe. I can fight. As the automated announcement reads through a list of connecting train lines, I get ready to disembark. The train pulls to a stop and I contort my body around the other passengers in an attempt to exit the train. I can sing! Finally free of the tangled mass of flesh, I hasten my pace and navigate through the labyrinth of the station. Yeah, who was Emmy? There you go. We are in the past, so we'll probably see her once Kurosawa gets into work. I take the exit closest to my office and settle into a slower walk. I'm on time, and I never desire to reach the office any earlier than needed. It doesn't take long for the looming office tower to enter my field of vision. 32 stories of office space all crammed into one sleek, slim tower. The name Temujin is stamped across the— Wait, is this Kurosawa? Is this, like, am I trolling? Is this somebody else? Because they were at a store, weren't they in the mall? Unless this is a mall. No, it's a baking corporation. Wait, am I stupid? Is this somebody else? Maybe I'm stupid. It's a gigantic company with other branches in Kyoto, Osaka, Sapporo, Fukuoka, and a dozen smaller cities I don't even remember. I worked here for close to 3 months now. Not a long time in the grand scheme of things. That said, I'm only a temp and all I do is data entry. I work on the 14th floor with about 60 other junior employees, including gal girl Tomoe Watanabe. Okay, maybe since she's a... Maybe since she's a temp, like then she goes to the other job. I'm a big fan of gals. Shout out Marin. You know, she's the gal of the year so far. I mean, it's not just booba. They have their own style. It's like an own fashion style. When I reach the building, I enter through the giant double sliding doors and find myself in the familiar lobby. Comfortable couches line the walls, circling a reception desk. 4 large elevators are tucked away in a nook behind the reception desk. It's already busy this morning, though. To be fair, this place is packed all the time. I avoid the crowds of sharply dressed business people, feeling a little out of place in my semi-formal shirt and skirt. Ducking into a newly opened elevator, I tap my employee ID card to a backlit panel and press the button for my floor. The doors close and the elevator begins its smooth ascent. I'm surprised to find that I'm the only one traveling up. There you go. I reach my floor and listen to the soothing chime as the doors open, revealing the office layout office before. I just read that really weird. Okay. The static drone of workspace noise fills my ears. Conversations, ringing phones, fingers tapping against keyboards, photocopiers. Even the steady low hum of the air conditioner contributes to overall din. To the overall din? I've never heard that phrase before. Overall din? I make my way to my desk, stationed in the middle of the floor and surrounded by a dozen other identical desks. As I walk, somebody taps me on the shoulder gently.
Good morning, Kurosawa.
Shinya? Shinya Fujikawa, my senior. Oh, he's really only a couple months older than me. He's worked here for a whole year after taking an internship straight out of senior high school. He's not an intern anymore, though I'm not quite sure what his job title is.
Morning, Fujikawa.
Dude, actually? Like, holy crap. Wow. She is, wow, okay, sorry.
How was your commute this morning?
Okay, we all know that my favorite color combination is red and black. I'm sorry, it just is. The only thing is she does smoke, and smoking's bad, okay?
Fine, same as usual.
That's good to hear.
She's too hot!
Did you read any of your novels?
Did you read any of your novels? He's referring to the horror books I like to read. I can tell from his tone that he doesn't exactly approve of the subject matter. I've known Shinya since junior high. We go way back, but I wouldn't exactly call us friends. However, he's the one that landed me this job, even though it's just a temporary contract. I always had the feeling that he's a bit sweet on me. I could be way off the mark though. No, you're exactly on it. This guy is in love with you.
Well, I couldn't get a seat on the train today. Too hard to read while standing.
She sounds like, she's very familiar. I'll have to hear her voice more.
Ah, that's a shame.
Oh, Senia's getting rejected!
Still
Oh, it
haven't
hurts!
accepted my friend request, did you know?
Oh, God. I have to fight the urge to roll my eyes. He's a nice guy, but we were connected on Noise once before and I had to delete him. He's super obsessed with his father's detective work. All he ever posts about his assumptions and theories on petty crime cases. I know, not even a friend request! What are you doing? That is like, oh, poor Shinya. He got you this job! Come on. Normally I find anyone on my friends list fascinating, but here's the thing. Shinya never posts about his personal life. All he writes are long-winded rants about boring cases. It's far beyond the amount of dullness even I can stand. I fish my phone out of my handbag and pretend that I'm looking at Noise.
Oh, how about that? Looks like I don't have any incoming friend requests.
Her voice is so familiar. I need to hear it one more time. I quickly dip my phone back into my bag.
How peculiar.
Look at that blush.
Well, I'll try.
This guy is smitten.
Later.
He is smitten.
Sure, no problem.
Well, anyway, I better get to it. Work hard today, okay?
You got it.
Shinya offers a formal bow and goes on his way. Before I can take a step towards my desk, a mocking voice whispers in my ear.
How long are you gonna lead on sweet little Shinya?
Okay, it is on pun. Yeah, I was gonna say, is this on? Good old on. Hello? Tomoe? Like, you see the style? The heavy eye makeup, the accessories in the hair, the multiple piercings, the accessories on her, like, clothes, more outspoken, or, like, more expressive clothing. This is, like, the Gyaru type. And I do enjoy it. I shiver and find Tomoe Watanabe lurking right behind me, buzzing around my neck like an irritating mosquito.
That poor boy really has the hots for you. When are you gonna tell him you're a cold-hearted psycho?
Yeah, she voices Anpan from Persona 5. She also does Venti from Genshin Impact. I really like her voice. She has a good voice. Very, very big fan.
Listen, I'm not leading him on, and I'm no psycho.
Oh no, everybody's hot. What am I supposed to do?
Sounds like something a real psycho type would say, don't you reckon?
Of course, this is none other than Gal Girl Tomoe, the very same brain-dead moron who posted this morning about wanting to try Corpse Girl's website. She's the kind of person that likes to stir up trouble and instigate conflict. She's had her vacant eyes on me since the day I first stepped into the office. She loves to torment me any chance she gets. Maybe I rubbed her the wrong way somehow. I'm not sure what I ever did to her. Even though she's a data entry temp like me, she's worked here just a little longer than I have. Unfortunately, that means I have to defer to her as my superior in this professional environment. She knows as much and likes to take advantage of the fact as often as possible.
Funny, you know. You don't look like the type of skank to lead on a goody-goody like Shinya.
Tomoe, stop! We can be friends!
I told you, I'm not leading him on.
I love the designs so far. The character designs, top tier. Holy shit.
Well, if you're not interested, maybe I'll take him out this weekend and tongue him at the cinema.
Oh! I don't know what tongue... Is that like a, like, make out? When you tongue someone? I've never heard that phrase before.
Gross. Do what you want, but I doubt he's into someone with your, looks.
Oh yeah?
What do you mean?
What would you know? You think he likes your flat chest, little Miss Gothic Lolita?
Goth Lolly? I fucking love Gothic Lolita. See, like, these different types of fashion, these different types of styles, like Yaru, Goth Lolly, they're just so good. Oh, they're so I love them. I love them. They're great. I know I should shrug off comments such as this. Normally I would, but backing down from Tomoe isn't something I can do easily.
I'll give you a tip. Guys like Shinya are smart, clever. If you want to impress him, don't let him know your head is as full of air as your inflatable breasts.
Oh shit! A flash of crimson lights up Tomoe's face and she looks ready to lash out at me. A group of coworkers, juniors like us, look over to us in concern. Tomoe takes a step back from me, but not before signaling a rude gesture with her fingers. Oh, she flipped her off.
We ain't done here, Noriko. Watch your back.
We ain't done here, Noriko!
I'm trembling.
Oh my god, the character design's god tier. Tomoe walks away and I breathe a sigh of relief.
Oh, hi, Mark.
What's up, Lady Gradium? How you doing today? Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're feeling better. Hope you're getting close back to 100%. If it wasn't for having to deal with her, I wouldn't dread coming to work every day. Anyway, I wonder when she is planning to test out Corpse Girl's website. Will she try it on me since we just fought? I'm not really sure if I should be excited or scared. Either way, it'll definitely be fun to find out what happens if she does try the website. I finally reach my desk and take note of the time. I was supposed to start working 5 minutes ago, so I quickly log into my computer and check today's task list. It's all standard stuff today. I need to transfer a few tables of numbers from a spreadsheet into our company's online database. You're so close to not needing it. Nice! Awesome, glad to hear that. Almost there, then you're gonna be good to go. Hell yes! The work is dull and repetitive, but my salary isn't bad. On the plus side, I get to wear headphones and listen to music while I work. I like listening to music while I work. It feels like I get in the zone, you know, when I have music blasting and it's just boom, 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 boom. Gotta go fast. I dip into my handbag and retrieve my headphones, my phone, a can of milk coffee, and a handful of breath mints. I lay them all out on my desk neatly. I slip my headphones on, plug them into my phone, and hit the play on my work playlist. Loud symphonic metal lovingly thrashes my ears as I crack open the can of coffee and take a long sip. Oh, I love it.
Okay, let's get started.
Wait, Noriko is great. Holy shit. This is top tier. So, you guys remember when Emmy said that her apartment was like in a bad or some shit? Like, this one's way worse than Emmy's. The place is eerily silent, a stark contrast to the bustling office where I spend my days. Throwing my hand back onto the tiny coffee table, I pick up my laptop and sit on the couch. I lie back and get comfortable, letting the I lie back and get comfortable, letting the laptop rest on my stomach as it boots up. The welcome screen loads up, so I click a couple of times, open my web browser, then head to a very specific website saved in my favorites. Corpse Girl's website. Cute dancing zombie girls animated at the top of the page. Peculiar irregularity that always makes me giggle. I notice that the page view counter at the bottom of the site is nearly the same as it was yesterday. There have been maybe 4 or 5 new visitors. I heave a sigh. Maybe the website isn't quite as well known after all. Begs the question, how did Tomoe discover it? Well, never mind that. I scan the website's content. Request a death. Big bold letters headline the site. The intention couldn't be clearer. Further information on the site is sparse. Brief instructions tell the user to fill in a victim's phone number and upload a photo. Aside from that, there's not much else to mention. It doesn't even ask for a name. After scanning the site, I move my mouse towards the browser's address bar and click. I type a / after the website's address and add the word admin. I hit the enter key. A login page presents itself with an empty username and password fields waiting to be filled in. My fingers tap dance around the keyboard, and within moments I'm presented with a Is she the admin? What? A blinking slab of text greets me. One new request. A crooked smile cracks my stony expression. Finally, somebody has requested a death. Somebody has asked me, Corpse Girl. Like, she was the Corpse Girl? No, dude. This is where things get exciting. I giggle and feel my cheeks flush red. This is the first request I've had in about a week. I've been logging in every morning, fingers crossed that somebody had elected a new victim for me. Today, my wish has come true. I can't help but feel emotional at a time like this. I know, right? What a twist! My lower lip trembles as I feel tears welling up. I dab the corners of my eyes gently to avoid smudging my makeup. As I hover my mouse cursor over the view request button, a familiar pleasant tingling sensation surges in my chest, my stomach, my thighs. I shiver with anticipation, my hot and steamy breath beginning to fog up the laptop screen. I click the button. She's like, yeah. No, how did she know? Today, 2:47 p.m. local time. Victim's phone. Blah, 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 blah. Downloading image attachment. Victim's photo automatically loads on my screen. The person in front of me is a total stranger, but that's okay. It doesn't change the task set out before me. A woman, rather plain in her early 30s. She's well dressed with minimal makeup, and she's not really putting her personality on display. It's a nice photo. Better quality than some of the images I've received in the past. In fact, the photo looks like a corporate ID picture. I wonder if it was downloaded from a company database or website. Well, the source of the photo doesn't matter. The simple fact of the matter is that somebody has made a request for this person to die. It falls to me to fulfill that request. And as Corpse Girl, I take requests very, very seriously. I have the victim's photo, and I have her phone number. All I need now is to select a way for her to die and meet her untimely demise. I previously thought about including an extra field on my website, an option for the user to choose the way they want their victim to die. After all, it would reduce the amount of strain on my creativity if the method was decided for me. But after careful consideration, I decided against it. Some people are sick, twisted. The cause of death could be far beyond my means and impossible to achieve. Therefore, allowing the user to define the cause of death just isn't feasible. Instead, I'll stick to my current modus operandi. Everything depends on the quality of the victim's photo. If it's detailed and the victim's features are easily distinguishable, then I can be rather creative with the cause of death. Perhaps the victim's face suffers grotesque burns, or she has an iron stake thrust through her skull. However, the victim's photo is low quality and it doesn't provide enough detail to identify the subject. I have to resort to the default cause of death. A terrible, unlucky fall from a great height. Maybe she slips, or maybe someone stumbles into her and sends her tumbling over a rail. The end result will be the same, a swift, crushing death from on high. From on high? Did I read that right? The victim will end up face down on the concrete, completely unrecognizable save for her clothes and accessories. It's not my favorite cause of death, but in some cases it is necessary. Regardless, it's still a valid way to fulfill a request. For now, it's time to get started. I can barely contain my excitement. I squirm against the couch, crossing and uncrossing my legs in a vain attempt to dissipate the heat rising throughout my body. Taking a deep breath, I try to calm my nerves and get to work. The victim will receive a photo of her own corpse, time-stamped with the date of her death. It's Corpse Girl's signature move, my calling card, if you will. Seeing an image of one's own disfigured corpse is sure to strike fear into one's heart. Does she just Photoshop these? Is that what we think? I like how everybody's like, Yandere, this is what you're into. Oh, guys, I'm broken. It's not my fault. First things first, I save the victim's photo to my laptop's hard drive. I store it in a folder discreetly named System Files, hidden away in the root directory of my operating system, a password-encrypted directory, of course. Next, I open up my favorite image editing software and load the photo. Looking carefully at the detail in the picture, I can see that this will be a work of art. I can really go to town with this request. I minimize the software, open my web browser, and access a particular website. The Database of the Deceased, the DD, is known on the dark web, my secret weapon. The ultimate resource for my work, the DD is a collection of countless high-resolution photographs of dead bodies, murder victims, crime scenes, suicides. Somebody has died in one way or another. Chances are good that some perverted individual has captured the moment in all of its gory glory. Such valuable images are essential to my work. Using these photos as a base, I can edit my victim's details into the picture. My process is simple. I start by locating the perfect corpse photo. I search the database, and in less than 2 minutes, I discover a disgustingly detailed photo of a woman with her entrails spilling from her stomach. Her face is blue, having suffocated even before having a chance to bleed to death. She's about the same age as my victim. She's of similar height and build. Finding a photo that specifically suits my victim's features is easy thanks to DD's excellent catalog of tags and filters. I simply search for the keywords that match my victim's description and find a corpse that fits. Using this photo as a starting point, I digitally edit my victim's face onto the body. It's not some quick job that even a child can do. It's a painstakingly crafted work of art that would fool even the keenest eye. Yeah, Photoshop, like, good Photoshop isn't easy. An hour passes, then 2, then 3. Before I know it, midnight has come and gone, but the work is nearing completion. All that remains is to add the final touches. I like to add specific distinguishable details to the image. A personal item or accessory, clothes, makeup, you name it. I can edit it in. With personal details added, I adjust the lighting and color palette, just slightly enough to make the photo truly unique. If the victim decides to reverse image search the photo and discovers that it's a forgery, all my work would be for naught. And with that, the masterpiece is complete. A grisly, gruesome, gratuitous, gory gift for the soon-to-be departed. The victim will receive this photo of a corpse that is, for all intents and purposes, a perfect replica of her own physical form. She will open the image on her phone, and the life she once knew will crumble to pieces. My lips curl into a satisfied smirk. During my hours of work, my breathing eventually steadied. My excited nerves settled into a zen-like calm. But seeing the finished art piece now, I begin to feel my heart pounding once more. The macabre vision before me is exhilarating. Adrenaline and dopamine surge throughout my body, giving me a sudden head rush of bliss. To say that I'm attracted to the sight of blood and guts would be misleading. No, I'm not attracted into that at all. The excitement stems from the thoughts of taking control of somebody else's life, dictating their future, controlling their fate. For with the creation of this image, I've taken the victim's life into my own hands, like a puppet master pulling the strings of a marionette. By forging this convincing creation, I will compel the victim to take her own life. That's right. My own hands need not become stained. The victim of Corpse Girl has never been dirtied with the blood of a victim. This is the true nature of my work. Carefully crafted corpse photos in such a way to convince the victim that their fate is already sealed, that no matter what they do, they cannot escape the death that awaits them. The date stamped on the photo is the icing of on the cake, the ultimate driving force behind the victim choosing to end their own life. A date so near in the future, a time that has not yet occurred. A fiber of uncertainty carefully interwoven into the image. It causes the victim to pause and consider the possibilities. Is this photo from the future? Is this truly my fate? How can I outrun a future that has been pre-predicted? Predicted? Come on, me. There are the thoughts. These are the thoughts that run through a victim's mind. Despair and dread flood the senses. Overwhelming anxiety gives way to calm acceptance. This is my dead body. This is how I die. Why should I fight it? And when the victim's last vestige of resistance gently breaks, like a silk spiderweb being torn by a cool breeze, they finally give in. They invite their end. This is the way it'll go down for this woman, this complete and total stranger. I'm confident, certain, convinced. There's a sudden spark of inspiration that guided me to begin fabricating corpse photos about a year ago. I never quite recall exactly what it was that spawned the idea. Sometimes I get close to remembering, but the recollection dances at the edge of my mind and slips back into the darkness. Regardless, I ventured down a dark and dangerous path. I built Corpse Girl's website and invited strangers to request the deaths of people they knew. It was a sales tactic. Simply a way to encourage users to submit images. I had no intention or means of ending lives. Little did I know of the true power I wielded. I only intended to create corpse photos and send them to people for fun. I wanted to startle and scare some unsuspecting fools. It would be a lie to claim that I didn't get off on it. The thought of people shrieking in fear at the sight of their own corpse was more than delicious. It sated my budding lust. It filled a dark hole in the depths of my soul and gave me purpose. Never in a million years did I dream that one of my corpse photos would result in the death of another human being. I'll never forget her name. Ruri Hanato. Or Hatano. Hanato? Fuck, I don't know how to read. I'm sorry. 20-something, slim, gorgeous. Eyes that took my breath away the moment I gazed upon her portrait. She was the first person to make me feel bad about crafting hoax photos. The only person to make me feel bad about it. But I did it anyway. Corpse Girl never rejects a request. It's her, my conviction. I forged a beautiful rendition of her death, thanks to some rather macabre source photos obtained via the database of the deceased. I strung Ruri's corpse up in the field like a ghoulish scarecrow. The photo was incredible. It was my 5th or 6th work, the 5th or 6th time a user of Corpse Girl's website requested a death. Ruri Hatano died just hours after receiving the photo. I don't know why. I don't know if she killed herself or if someone murdered her, but I know one thing. Ruri Hatano's body, her real body, was found in a field hanging like a scarecrow, surrounded by crows. Her eyes had been gouged out of her skull, and her stiff fingers clutched her phone tightly. According to the news report, her phone displayed a familiar image, the very image I created of her corpse. When I first learned of Ruri's death, I was overcome with varying emotions. I felt sick, elated, disgusted, overjoyed, depressed, aroused. Had I somehow caused her death? Was Corpse Girl responsible for taking a life? Even though my hands weren't stained with blood, I still felt responsible. A lurid truth descended upon me at that moment. Corpse Girl held the power to end lives. And the more I dwelled on that fact, the more obvious it became to me. I began to feel that power pulsing through my veins, thrumming in my blood as my heart pumped and pounded within my chest. I can't explain how the power works, and I don't know why I have it. But somehow, the corpse photos I create can compel a victim to end their own life, or compel someone else to end it for them. Ruri died in a way that I envisioned. Her dead body matched the fake corpse photo I painstakingly crafted. And I didn't even have to leave the safety and comfort of my apartment to ensure her death. Corpse Girl's power is real, extraordinary, and I vow to exercise that power as frequently as possible. Ruri Hatano died last year. Since then, I've been chasing that rush, that thrill that comes with snuffing out a soul. It wasn't hard to grow the popularity of Corpse Girl's website after that incident. Particularly dark corners of the internet gobbled up the news with enthusiasm, and the site saw an influx of new visitors. And on a few occasions, I even overheard people in the real world whispering about the mysterious website that lets you request a death. I've crafted corpse photos for dozens of requests. Each photo is more convincing and realistic than the last, thanks to my ever-evolving skills. But none of my recent attempts have been successful. Not a single person has dropped dead since Ruri Hatano. I'm beginning to wonder if Corpse Girl's power has fizzled out, or perhaps I never had any power to begin with. Maybe Rudy's death was simply a fluke, a morbid coincidence. I spent countless hours doubting myself, doubting Corpse Girl. I've tried so hard to replicate that one success. Every time I receive a request, I do the same thing I did in Rudy Hatano's case. I edit the photo of the victim, I create a convincing corpse photo, and I timestamp it with the time of death. I send the photo to the victim, and then I leave the rest up to fate. But nothing ever comes of it. I'm not so delusional to think that in normal circumstances a simple photo would be enough to convince someone to kill themselves. And even if that photo fell into someone else's hands, it wouldn't inspire them to go out and kill the victim. Of course not. However, these are no ordinary circumstances. I once activated a power beyond the ken of mortal men. I caused Ruri Hatano to die by her own hand, or by the hand of another. I need to find a way to manifest my power once more, to prove that I, Corpse Girl, have the power of death and destruction at my fingertips. Once a new victim perishes, I know it will pave the way to more and more deaths. My website will gain popularity and become more than just an urban myth. People will live their lives in fear, forever wondering if Corpse Girl's lurking behind the next text message they receive. Yes, I can see the future I crave so clearly in my mind. I'm close to achieving my goal. I know I am. And when my dream comes true, I can finally... You can finally what? Okay. May 26th. Tuesday in it. The incessant chirping of birds gently kindles the embers of my consciousness. My heavy eyelids open to find my body contorted before me, legs splayed across the couch in the most uncomfortable position I can imagine. I groan and twist my torso, letting my spine pop and crack until the aches in my body drift away. I need to stop falling asleep on the couch. I'm still young, but I can't handle a night away from my comfortable bed. My eyes fall upon my open laptop, lying on its side on the floor. The screen is blank, the battery drained. I briefly panic, hoping against hope that I saved my work before falling asleep. I stumble to my feet and pick up the laptop, then charge toward the power outlet. Wow, that was a hard sentence for me to read. I plug in and boot up, revitalizing the mechanical beast and feeling a wave of relief as the whirring of the internal fan signify the breath of life. The screen flickers and bathes my eyes in harsh light. My eyes squint against my will and I make out the image before me. The mutilated corpse of my latest victim. Perfection in picture form. The timestamp in the lower corner reads May 27th, 11:07 a.m., tomorrow's date. The photo is ready to be sent out. If I send it now, the victim will receive it immediately, notice the date, and realize that her death is imminent. It's time to set the wheels of demise in motion. Leaving my laptop at the outlet, I quickly dart into the kitchen. Yeah, that was like 3 days ago. Bullshit. Bullshit. Well, to call it a kitchen is misleading. It's simply a tiled area connected to my living room with a small refrigerator, microwave oven, and a single hot plate. A small stack of drawers is nestled next to the fridge, and I pull open the second drawer from the top. Plunging my head inside is always an odd sensation. My fingers get buried underneath a dozen cheap plastic flip phones. I grasp one of the phones between my thumb and forefinger and remove it from the drawer. It's a scratched up pink model from 2010 or so, a relic from a time not all that long ago. They may as well be forgotten. I flip the screen up and turn the device on, relieved to see this artifact still holds power. To be fair, I charged up all these phones just a few weeks ago, but the fact they retain a charge after being inactive for so long is a testament to their engineering. In any shady line of work, these kinds of phones are referred to as burners, cheap disposable devices that are discarded as soon as their purpose is fulfilled. I acquire them by rather unsavory means, but that's neither here nor there. I use these phones to send out the photos I make. By doing this, I avoid using my personal phone and thus prevent anything from being traced back to me. When a photo has been sent, I keep the burner phone for 24 hours, just in case the victim sends a reply. I know I'd get a good laugh out of that. Of course, I don't keep the phone on my person. I store it in an old shed out the back of my apartment building. When 24 hours have passed, I remove the phone's SIM card, snap it in half, and discard it with the combustible trash. The phone itself gets smashed and trashed in the dumpsters outside of a convenience store. I also delete the photos off my hard drive and clear my internet history. Obviously, I don't even use my own internet connection at home. I leech off my gullible neighbor's Wi-Fi. He's under the impression I can't afford my own internet connection. Whether or not I convinced him of such is irrelevant, so he's happy to share his connection with me. Should the police ever try to check my actions, I'll only be led straight to my neighbor. I've gone to great lengths to ensure my actions are untraceable. This has all been in anticipation of my inevitable success. Looking down at the pink phone in my hand, I clear my mind and focus on the task before me. The photo is transferred easily from my laptop to the burner phone. Once complete, I open the text messaging app and enter the victim's phone number. I leave the message field blank, but I attach the photo, of course. The victim will receive an empty text message from an unknown number, with only an image attached. The message is just about ready to send, but there's one more flourish I'd like to add. I open a particular app I previously downloaded to every burner phone. It's simply called Number Mask. And it's one of the most ingenious apps I've ever used. Man, she sucks. I'm so attracted. Oh my god, RX. You and me both. The app asks for the number I want to use. I punch in my memorized trademark. 666-33-666-22. 666-44-666. Now when I send a text message, the receiver will see these numbers appear on the caller ID. Not only does it mask the burner's real phone number, but it's an extra calling card to help boost my infamy. I smirk, my thumb hovering over the send message button. This is it. This is gonna be my long-awaited victory, the second victim to end up dead. I just know it. This is the stepping stone to my success. The second of many bodies will pave my way to glory. Send the message. I arrive at work on time, just as usual. My handbag is heavy with the weight of several cans of coffee, hopefully enough to help me power through the day after having had such a late night. I can't help but yawn loudly as I wait for the elevator in the lobby. Just before the elevator doors open, my phone starts to ring. I step aside to answer the call.
Hey. Hi, Noriko. Good morning. Did I call at a bad time?
Owie, no! She was in it the entire time! Holy shit!
Not at all. I'm just about to go into the office.
Oh, should I call back later?
It's no problem. Don't stress.
Okay, sorry.
The nervous, apologetic girl on the other end of the call is Aoi Sato, an old school friend from back in the day. Though we never really had any common interests, we used to be inseparable at school. She was shy, I was introverted. It was a combination that worked in our favor, even if our conversations were a little on the boring side. To say that we were no longer shy and introverted wouldn't be entirely true. Aoi has gotten better, she's definitely more outgoing, but she still suffers from a great deal of social anxiety. As for me, I'm still pretty introverted. My tolerance for being around other people has improved a bit, but I do prefer solitude, and visiting places I've never been to before puts me on edge. Call Aoi my best friend would be accurate. She's my closest confidant. Even so, she knows nothing about my part-time masquerading as corpse girl. No one does, and I plan to keep it that way.
So, Aoi, what did you want to talk about?
How dare I? What's up, Rice Cakes? How you doing?
Oh, well... You see, that guy at work is still bothering me, and I wanted to see if you had any more advice for me.
Who the hell is bothering the sweet cinnamon bun Aoi? Who is he? We'll beat him up.
Ah, jeez. The older guy that always hits on you.
This old degenerate male. He's gonna be corpse girled.
What a creep. You're 19, for God's sake.
He's 50!
He must be, what, 50?
Disgusting.
I think he's 52.
I don't know about you, but he's 52? Come on.
You know his actual age.
Aoi!
Well, whatever. If he's still bothering you, you have to take a stand. He's not your coworker, right? Just a regular customer?
That's right.
Then tell your manager.
Yeah, that is creepy.
Have him banned from the venue.
Like, for real, guys. Don't... That's creepy. That's creepy.
I can't talk to the manager. I don't want to cause trouble for the company.
Jeez, girl. Sometimes you need to stand on your own 2 feet.
I know.
Well, if talking to the manager is out of the question, then you need to be firm with the creep.
We have to protect Aoi.
Tell him you won't stand for being groped.
He groped her?
His behavior is simply unacceptable, and if he won't change, you won't serve him anymore.
He's scary, Noriko. I don't know if I can confront him like that. He's always drunk. Even before he comes into the place, I try not to serve him too much.
Bro, how are they letting him in there if he's already drunk? What a dog shit manager. Hello?
Are you sure can't quit that stupid job. Working at a maid cafe really doesn't suit you at all. I thought you wanted a government position.
I do. I want to work in a cozy office, kind of like you, but you know I don't have any qualifications.
Why don't
Right,
I see
maid
if there's
cafe?
anything open
I would love to
here?
go to a maid cafe.
Maybe Shinya can help out. He got me this job, remember?
Shinya. Maybe. He was always a nice guy, right?
He's super nice. Stick in the mud, but a nice one.
Noriko, don't be mean.
Don't be mean, Noriko! No!
Yeah. You want me to ask?
Yes, please. If it's no trouble.
It's no trouble. I'll talk to Shinya. Then maybe you can quit that crappy job and come work with me.
Oh, that really does sound wonderful. Thank you, Noriko. I'd be so lost without you.
Oh no, this is all gonna go downhill.
Don't be silly. You're amazing, Aoi. Leave this to me.
Thank you.
I end the call and heave a sigh. Having to go and ask Shinya about a job actually is a pain in the ass. I'd never admit that to Aoi. I want to help the poor girl. I really do. I'd do nearly anything for her. The elevator arrives at the lobby and I step inside as soon as the door opens. Join us. Join
Good morning,
us.
Kurosawa.
Fujikawa. Good morning.
Shinya takes me by surprise as I exit the elevator. Has he been waiting for
I
me?
wanted to catch you before we sit down to work. I sent you another friend request. Can you make sure you got it this time?
Damn it, Shinya. Poor guy. Like, she's not into you, dude. Come on. Like, it's not gonna happen, bro. We've all been there. It's not gonna happen. It's okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What am I supposed to do when he puts me on the spot like this? I try not to groan as I get my phone out and open up noise. It's impossible to hide my screen from Shinya's piercing gaze.
Well, what do you know? I have a new friend request.
Oh, great. It worked this time. Go ahead and
Shinya,
accept it,
stop! Don't do it, dude. Just stop it.
Yeah, sure thing.
I hesitantly accept the request. A little fireworks animation pops up on screen with a celebratory message about making a new friend.
Looks like we're officially friends now.
Yay!
So,
Oh, Shinya!
can I call you Noriko from now on?
No, Shinya! Oh. Oh, I fucked up.
Thank you. Oh,
I
you can
fucked
call
up.
me Shinya, of course.
Yeah, he doesn't get the hint. Sorry, I was apparently skipping stuff.
Shinya.
I hit my wheel.
Hey, we've known each other since junior high, right? Shouldn't we
No,
have
he's
been on a
just,
first-name basis anyway?
Like, he's really into Noriko, and she is just not having any of it, right? Like, she's just like, but he's like not catching the hints, and he's just like, he got her this job, and he's like, you know, he's super nice to her, but he's just like, you know, like, I don't, he's just not catching the hints. It's a big thing.
Yes, that's true, but we're in the office now, you know? It
Oh,
wouldn't do if you started working here and called me Shinya right away.
I suppose.
Anyway, I'm really glad we're proper friends now, Noriko.
he did it!
Maybe we can get a coffee sometime.
I can't help but feel he's trying to push his luck as far as it'll go. Any suspicions I had about him having a crush on me are now confirmed. Dude, that was so obvious. I brush a straight lock out of my hair on my face and smile as sweetly as I can while I change the subject.
Hey, actually, I wanted to ask you something. Are there any more temp jobs available here right now?
Temp jobs, huh? Are you looking to pick up extra hours?
No, not exactly. I'm asking for a friend who needs a new job.
A friend of Noriko's. Well, let's see. We pretty much always have data entry roles up for grabs. Unless your friend wants something more interesting? Do they have any particular qualifications?
Not really. Data entry is more than fine. Actually, you already know who I'm talking about. Remember Aoi Sato?
Aoi Sato. Yes, I think I do remember her.
He remembers!
That
She's
really
a
shy
sweet
girl
cinnamon
from our
bun, of
school
course
days,
he does.
correct?
That's her, yeah.
Wow. I never knew you were still in touch with school friends, Noriko.
Aoi's probably the only one. We're fairly close.
Is that so?
Oh,
Don't really have any friends from back then.
Shinya's heartbreaking confession doesn't surprise me too much. That's so fucked. He doesn't strike me as the type of person to have many friends at all. Sure, I'm the same, but...
But what am I saying? We're friends now.
No, he's trying to be happy and it's not working. No, this has nothing to do with Corpse Party. Yeah, this is so awk. This is oh my god.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess so.
I'll ask my superior if we can get Sato an interview. Is that okay?
I'd really appreciate that. Thank you, Shinya.
No problem. Leave it to me.
He gives me an awkward salute before skipping away. Our little exchange has obviously made him pretty happy. Oh god, I heard it. It hurts me. I'm getting secondhand embarrassment. Oh god. For some reason, something that Tomoe Watanabe said yesterday pops into my head. She mentioned that I'm leading Shinya on, but that's not true. Whoa, that was Omega leading him on. I mean, well, I don't know. Well, it's fine. I don't know. I'm not gonna comment on their relationship. I don't know what it is. I take a seat at my desk and perform my morning ritual. From my handbag, I retrieve my headphones, coffee, and breath mints. Computer on, music playing, coffee open. My fingers tap rhythmically against the keyboard and I slip into the usual workday trance.
So, I see that you're connected with Shinya on Noise now, huh?
I fucking love her design, dude. I love her design. My walk to the train station is interrupted by a familiar grating
Sounds
voice.
like both of you are getting on pretty well.
How did you...
Oh, of course. Tomoe and I are already friends on Noise. She would have seen the notification where I accepted Shinya's request. It's actually kind of strange that Tomoe and I are connected to through the app. We added each other on the first day of work before I learned how much of an intolerable excuse for a human being she is. We simply never deleted each other, even after all these months. Her posts are entertaining anyway. And since I rarely ever post anything myself, she probably forgot we were connected at all. Until today.
Now look, don't get me wrong, you hear? I ain't actually interested in Shinya. Nah, I'm real happy for you both, like. But what I can't stand is a skank like yourself getting some while I'm over here all dry like a desert.
What the hell are you talking about?
It pisses me off that guys just sluts like you, and
Like
you
ya?
barely have to put in any work.
Like, yeah?
Meanwhile, nice girls like me gotta put in so much effort to even get
I, for one,
noticed.
would take you on a nice dinner date, Tomoe.
You think all of this is just natural? I put so much effort into how I look, you know? And guys like Shinya don't even bat an eyebrow at me.
Aw.
You mean bat an eyelid, right?
Whatever, it don't matter. I'm sick of skanks like you getting everything for
Like,
nothing.
yeah?
Look, let me be honest with you. I'm not interested in Shinya, and I'm not trying to be with him. I don't chase guys, and it's pretty rare that they chase me. You've got me all wrong.
Like I'd believe you. Do you spend your time chasing chicks then?
I know, right? How? No, like, bruh, hello? Everybody would have
That's
to be
not your
blind.
business. But you don't have to worry about me pursuing Shinya. Tell you what, any guy at the office is all yours, okay? I'm not interested.
I have no idea yet, Rice Cakes. Well, maybe it's because it's part of Corpse Girl. Like, because Corpse is highlighted, Girl is highlighted, Power is highlighted, a couple other words have been
Is
highlighted.
that how it's gonna be, slut?
Slut?
Like no one is good enough for you?
Yeah.
Like they're good enough for me?
Yeah.
You're just like all the other girls. You think I'm worth being pitied? You think I need it?
I think she has some, what is it? Like, self-worth issues. How would you say it? Like, she doesn't hold herself in high esteem.
Well, I don't want your pity. You're nothing but a fake skank.
Tomoe pushes forward, her bulk forcing me off the sidewalk and into the thickest of trees bordering the path. The burning slap across my face comes out of nowhere. I'm blinded by white stars and my entire face feels like it's on fire. The strike is hard, sharp, vicious. It happens so suddenly that I'm having difficulty processing it. I stumble, but my legs don't quite give out. My mind races, trying to put together what just happened. Tomoe hit me? Why? Why did she hit me? There's a strange sort of disconnect in my mind. My body doesn't feel like my own. Like this isn't actually happening to me, but rather I'm watching it happen to someone else. Time seems to slow down and speed up all at once. The slap replays twice in my mind before Tomoe's hand even leaves my face. I catch a glimpse of her furious expression, red and strained and overcome with anger.
I hate you. I hate everyone like you. Don't pity me.
A second strike connects with my chin and I flinch, my entire body paralyzed with pain. She hit me again.
Stop!
I hate you. I hate you!
Tomoe has lost it. She's absolutely furious and I can't figure out what I did wrong. Her third attack is a curled fist aimed straight at my stomach. Through sheer luck or complete accident, I tumble backward, narrowly avoiding the punch and instead landing on my rear. The pavement is rough and hard, but I'm sure it feels a lot better than taking a fist to the gut. Tomoe screams and rushes at me, but I scramble to my feet and grab her by the wrists. She flails wildly, her eyes looking like they'll pop out of her skull at any given second. Her breathing is harsh and ragged, and tears of rage have caused a flood of clotted makeup to run down her face.
Calm down! Calm down!
She struggles against me, slowly giving in as my tight grip prevents her from attacking me further. She begins to sob softly.
I hate you! I hate everything about you!
Oh. With a great pull, Tomoe frees herself from my grip. She steps away, cursing, and then runs past me. I blink in disbelief as she breaks into a sprint, heading into the direction of the train station. I raise a hand to my tender face and touch it gently. The stinging sensation is completely new to me. Never before have I been attacked like that.
What the hell was all that about?
No, she's crying. Her crying face. I don't think Tomoe likes herself very much. And I guess she felt like Noriko, or maybe she like looks up to how Noriko is, and she's like envious of how she like doesn't care about, you know, having guys chase her or anything like that, having people, you know, go after her, especially when she tries so hard to be noticed and everything, right? And maybe she's finally been she's been dealing with that for like since Noriko got hired or whatever, and she doesn't have like a good way to, you know, deal with it. So, you know, she finally bubbled over and she kind of just exploded out of her.
I can't believe she hit me.